Hey everyone, this is your Master of Ceremonies, Hannibal. Thank you for coming back for Monday's video. Today's topic is an important one, and I think it's the icing on the cake for how we've been going over previous topics, such as weak points, status effects, knowledge of each faction type, and your gear synergizing with your weapon. Now, before we go there, I need to do the shoutouts. We have new members to the channel. Between the members and subscribers, this little channel continues to grow. I may have started it, but you are the reason for growing this little community. So I'm apparently doing something right here. I appreciate all of you, and I cannot thank all of you enough. But I can add you to my thumbs up wall you see here for becoming a member. And if you're interested in seeing your name here, please click the join button. I am working on membership perks outside the badges you would receive currently, but more on that at the end of the video. Now, on to the real reason you're here. So let's do it. Okay, so today's topic is about time to kill, or TTK. Time to kill is one of the most important mechanics in the Division 2, but most new players tend to misunderstand it completely. Time to kill isn't just about speed, it's about control. Control over your enemies, the flow, the pressure, positioning, even down to how much fun you're having. If you're dying more than you should, or stuck in fights longer than feels right, this video is going to hopefully explain why and what to do about it. TTK is simply the time it takes for you to eliminate a target. Pretty fair and simple. But in this game, it's more than just math. It's a gameplay rhythm. High TTK, that equals slower kills, more pressure, more danger. A low TTK, that will equal faster clears, more safety, and a better flow. A lower TTK means you're outpacing threats, not just reacting to them. And that's survival. That's confidence and the difference between thriving and grinding. Now, time to kill may oftentimes feel inconsistent, especially in PvE. You can notice this sometimes when some enemies just melt instantly while others tank your whole mag. And we're not discussing Reds versus Elites, we're not discussing armor or an extra health bar. This particular type of inconsistency is a time to kill variation, and it happens because of enemy type, again, red bar versus elite versus named, armor scaling on higher difficulties, especially if you go from like hard to challenging or challenging to heroic, distance and accuracy penalties, and a lack of synergy in your build. And most overlooked, resistance traits, like explosive resistance, hazard protection, or healing, which some NPCs have, and oftentimes it's not immediately apparent to the player. In PvE, if your time to kill is too high, you're stuck trading bullets instead of dominating the entire engagement. That oftentimes leads to more medkits, more revives, and longer, messier missions. Now, time to kill in PvP, however, that is a whole other animal. In Conflict or the Dark Zone, time to kill can swing from instant deletion to frustrating sponge fights. Why? Well, a couple reasons. Latency and netcode. Armor stacking and bonus armor talents. Hazard protection builds and immunities. Bleed, burn, blind. Status effects changing time to kill mid-fight. PvP time to kill isn't just about hitting harder, it's about breaking the opponent's tempo before they break yours. And that's why many PvP players use burst-focused weapons, skill combos, or shield rush tactics. They do this to compress the TTK into a shock window and end the fight fast. Okay, so let's dig into some of the mechanics. Time to kill depends on weapon RPM and damage per bullet. An example of this is the Vector. It kills fast up close, but drops really hard at range. Critical hit chance and critical hit damage. Headshot multipliers and accuracy. Armor regen or repair from enemies. I'm looking at you, Bighorn armor regen builds. Skill overlap. This could include burning enemies, taking more bullet damage, or blinding, stopping return fire. Talents like Obliterate, Flatline, Focus, Intimidate. Other talents like Spotter, a skill such as a Pulse, or Vulnerability effects. This is why synergy is so important, especially matching the right chest talent with your backpack talent. Your gear determines potential time to kill. Your combat decisions, however, determine whether you hit that potential. Don't forget, enemies manipulate time to kill constantly. Healers? Well, they extend your time to kill artificially by reversing your damage. Tanks? Well, you're aiming at the wrong part. They have weak points for a reason. Rushers? Well, they force you to do panic reloads, slowing your time to kill rate. Drones and deployables? They interrupt aim, forcing you to refocus. The drone operators spam the snot out of you in legendary missions, and they're annoying as hell. They cause you damage, and they cause you to pop out of cover. Snipers? They spike your TTK and make you second-guess peeking. Once you recognize what's sabotaging your time to kill, you can adapt instead of react. Now, taking control is where the good stuff starts. Run high synergy builds, match weapon talents with gear talents. I'll give you an example. Obliterate plus Striker, Spotter plus Pulse, Intimidate plus Adrenaline Rush. Control the opener. An example would be starting with a status effect. Fire, Blind, EMP. Lower enemy uptime equals safer engagement, which also equals lower effective time to kill. Position for dominance. Cover just doesn't protect. It lets you aim better and waste less ammo. That alone reduces your time to kill by almost up to 30%. Use skills that stall or disrupt. A Stinger Hive, a Firestarter Chem, Riot Foam. Each second of disruption is a second you're not taking return fire. Rebuild for rhythm, not stats. If you're barely surviving but always reloading, your time to kill is broken. Think of it in terms of kill, reload, move, not reload, move, and hope to kill. Now, let's be clear. This isn't just about going faster. A lower time to kill means less time exposed, which equals fewer deaths. Better momentum, and that equals more control over pacing. Fewer revives equals stronger teams. Shorter fights equals more uptime, which equals higher output overall. Less stress equals more fun. Mastering time to kill turns the Division 2 from a grindy looter shooter into a combat chess match you control. Remember, it's not just about being fast. It's about being efficient, deadly, and in charge. So, if you've been blaming enemies for being bullet sponges, or wondering why your build feels weaker than it should, look at your time to kill. Because in this game, time to kill is the hidden language of power. Control it, and you'll stop surviving and start dominating. I really hope this video was helpful. I used the Backfire Striker Hasbro build in this video to showcase some of the things we've been talking about the last several weeks, including today's topic. Hopefully, it provided a good example to show you what I mean by time to kill. The merch store everyone wanted is up and running. I encourage everyone to check it out. If you have suggestions for merch, let me know in the comments below. As much as I would love everyone to buy from it, it is not necessary, but I would love feedback on it regardless. And since we're on the subject, those perks I mentioned earlier. I am working on store perks for memberships. Things like free shipping or a percentage off your total purchase, maybe free items with a specific purchase amount, all for members. Since I have to eat the difference in cost, I am working on the account for that, so hopefully soon you'll start seeing promos. I personally did buy a few of the items, and I'm rather pleased so far with the quality. So if you do buy something, I'm pretty confident you will too. I'm really loving my travel cup. Wasn't expecting the textured logo, which was a welcome surprise for me. Lastly, I am working on setting up for streaming here on YouTube. I thought long and hard about it for Twitch, but after doing some research, I don't think Twitch is the way I want to go. I am shooting for the end of this month, beginning of next month to stream, thinking about Saturday nights. And those are the big plugs, folks. Memberships, merch store, these help me continue working the ideas and videos. Comments, likes, notifications, and sharing helps me with the YouTube algorithm overlord. Finding us on PC, PlayStation, Xbox helps our clans grow, and the conversation continues in Discord and on X. So now it's your turn. Hit me in the comments. Did this help? Do you know if it would help someone you know? Let me know. Thank you always for watching, and until the next one, this is Hannibal, signing off.